Welcome to the Low Country Revolutionaries, the podcast that dives deep into the heart of Charleston, South Carolina's vibrant entrepreneurial scene. I'm your host, Bill Bellot, founder of Veritas Exoscience, and each week we're spotlighting the boldest innovators from the Chucktown startup community. These are the visionaries pouring their heart and soul into the businesses that are transferring Charleston into a global hub of creativity and American ingenuity. Get ready for raw, real conversations with the trailblazers shaping our city's future. Let's dive in. I would like to welcome, for a second time, Joe Gallagher, also known as Chef Giuseppe. He's the founder of Apastioli Specialty Food and the author From Bars to Jars, a Saucy Redemption Story. Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Bill? Thank you so much for having me back. This is weird. This is my first returning appearance.
Hey, that's okay. I am happy that you're doing it with this show, and I've heard there's so many things going on, all the way from, carrying a few jars to Piggly Wiggly. Now, you were telling me a little earlier you're starting another company too and doing a lot of exciting things. So what's happening?
Yeah, so what happened once I was forced to scale the production of the tomato sauce because I couldn't keep up with the demand. Right, that's the last conversation we had. Well, I had to stay relevant, right? So then I published a book. So now the book's in the stores next to the sauce. Well, since then, and I thought in my mind this was going to be like an overnight process, scaling a thing of this size, but that's not the case. So it's given me some time to transition and pivot and develop this like omni-directional type of marketing strategy where, I've become the personal brand now, and then now there's all these different offshoots.
Right. That's really cool. And that's like, I love that you have this term omnidirectional, like marketing and branding, but you are the brand. And that is really an amazing thing right there. It's just to get to that concept, like, okay, my sauce is awesome. My book's awesome, but really I'm the brand. And how do I take this and make this something else,
Yeah, and that added so many different layers to this business that I had never seen coming. Like these weren't thoughts; these weren't intentional things.
Right.
Like in the beginning, right? It just happened to be that here now my face is on these jars, my face is on these Piggly Wiggly windows, my face is on the cover of this book, and they're all connected.
I'm glad it's your face, not mine. Joe's a lot more handsome than me, just so everybody knows out there, because this is all audio. He's very charismatic.
and this wasn't my idea. If it wasn't for the Piggly Wiggly managers, like, hey, you should probably put your face on some of this stuff. I'm like, all right, fine, I guess I will. But it worked out. Yeah,
that is really cool, man. So you got your book, you've got your pasta sauce. I saw you also have some fragrance, like colognes and stuff. And you were saying you're working on is it a TV show or a movie or something like that? What's all that?
Yeah, so I wrote a second book, a fictional continuation of From Bars to Jars. So From Bars to Jars is nonfiction. Well, I had this great idea of what it would be like if we had secured the farm. Remember the last time we were talking about, that was the way I was going to scale, buy 1,700 acres. And well, I started writing the second book, as if I'm already out there. And then all kinds of stuff starts happening, some drama. And so what turns out, there's going to be a scripted series called Sauced, based off both books. So that's in early development with some major players. I can't say too much, but
that's really exciting. So did you end up getting the farm is what I want to know.
No, this is what's crazy. So actually I got the message like a few weeks ago that Long Wing Plantation came off the market. The owner decided to keep it for his family, right? So but then I got a call 2 days later from a very well-known organization that's been in the Charleston community for over 120 years, okay? And they have the same mission. The mission I had for that farm is what they've been working on trying to put together for 6 years now. So they called me when they heard about my idea, and now we're working together to find a different property to do exactly what I set out to do over there.
Wow. I mean, it's just like, it feels like, hearing all the things that's happening to you, it feels like you're like on the right path. I mean, I read through like your original book and stuff like that. Okay, I'll be honest. I skimmed through the thing. I'm sorry, Joe. But I'm a fast reader.
It happens.
I'm a fast reader. And, that's why I stayed in school for a long time. And, I mean, you've been through, you've crawled through a lot of hell. And
Yeah.
that's why I say it's like it really feels like you're like on a really good path right now, and things are starting to work out for you. And it seems like you're really being like blessed with like you're
Yes.
getting opportunities because you're moving in the right directions.
Well, it's attraction, not promotion, man. It's like, I've had to get grounded and do that inner work, right? That nobody sees. I've done a
Yeah.
lot of inner spiritual work, and God has really just been carrying me along and dropping little breadcrumbs like,
Yeah.
okay, Joe, let's start looking over here. And before you know it, it's not even a year since I talked to you last time. And yeah, there's a fragrance company, a luxury fragrance company that I've positioned that I couldn't have done by myself. Like, this is all divine intervention. I've met
Right.
some incredible people in the luxury space, and I have experience from when I was making moonshine in Alabama. So
Yeah.
that's how I had some of the foundation, the knowledge of how to produce fragrances, for a while now, and I just never acted on it.
Yeah, and again, if people haven't read the book, Joe is originally from Connecticut, right?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here right now. I'm in Connecticut visiting my parents, and
Oh, wow.
yep, reconnected with my two kids that I hadn't seen in a long time.
Well, congratulations. That's great to do. I mean, that's brilliant right there. But I was going to make the funny points like, here's this Connecticut boy down in Alabama making moonshine. You
It don't make
can't
sense.
you can't make this stuff up. It's like this is crazy.
Right. And then go to Charleston and start a spaghetti sauce company
Right,
in the South.
exactly. you are writing a TV series here with your life, I tell you.
It has. I know it's funny. I've always said my life is like a movie because of all these crazy things. Like, I mean, you read the cliff notes in the book, kidnapped in the Bahamas,
Oh, yeah.
left for dead over and over again, just destroying my life. And now it's not like that anymore, man.
Yeah, well, that's good. You don't need to do that stuff anymore because, man, that was kind of rough. I was reading through the book and I was like, holy cow, he's almost been dead a couple of times. I mean, let alone just, getting in a car and driving drunk, basically. That could have ended it right there. And then,
So many times,
so
man.
many times. And obviously, as we say here, it's like the Lord has something for you to do or you wouldn't be alive,
Yeah, and what's awesome too, man, this story has evolved, right?
Right.
The real story, but then the story beyond the story has drawn in these extraordinary talents from all different industries who just want to help. They just want to be involved. That there's no profit motive behind the why to this. We're doing this because we feel like we have a moral responsibility. If one person here's a message of hope through what I've been through,
Yeah.
It's all worth it.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, I love helping people and my thing is like my journey has been kind of getting somewhat to your realization, which is like, even if it just helps one person, I don't have to help a million. If I help one person, it's worth it, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
And that's cool. That's really cool. So, you got a lot of stuff going on. You're visiting your family, which is awesome. That's probably the most exciting thing in the world. But what is exciting you now with your business and the things you're doing here in Charleston? What's making you like jazzed up every morning?
I mean, so like I've been in I've entered the market in three separate industries now, and there's a common denominator between all of them, and that's people and relationships. And I've got commended for my ability to break into markets and kind of be disruptive. And
Right.
J.P. Morgan is telling me this, which was like, it just blew my mind that here's people with master's degrees in business. I came from the streets. I built a company with duct tape and bubble gum, and here we are. But what's exciting me right now is the momentum and the excitement that I'm seeing in the people that I'm coming in contact when I start to tell them, what I've been through, what happened, and where it's going. It's like, oh man.
I mean, really, Joe, it is kind of spectacular because, I've been around a lot of business folks, my career. For you to go in somewhat, let's just say 3 different markets, one being an author, getting in the book market. Not everybody. Lots of people write books. Not everybody gets their book published and gets it out there. a food company, making pastas and all of that, and then getting into luxury fragrance. I mean, I get it's chemistry, it's like making something else, but it's a completely different market, almost completely different people. So that's pretty amazing. I mean, I got to agree with the JP Morgan. It's like, okay, you're moving around and this doesn't happen very often. I mean, it's like, what was your secret? What made it what was your glue that made you be able to jump from one thing to another?
It's that failing forward, just
I love that.
Just taking the action, like odds stacked against you, it seems impossible. Yeah. And I figure out a way. I start to visualize. It's really the practice of manifestation that Neville Goddard and Napoleon Hill teach. It's like seeing the wish fulfilled and feeling as if it already happened, as if I'm walking in that reality before it's even happened. And then sure enough, you just keep trusting and believing and taking the foot forward. And before you know it, you're on the shelf in these stores.
That's amazing. So I've got to ask, because I'm super curious about this. So let's say the fragrance thing. That's kind of like a, alchemy out there, because everybody's fragrance is kind of like, their secret sauce. So what did you do? Did you just get in the kitchen one day, start mixing some stuff together and say, hey, this kind of smells good? Or was it more like, hey, I'm going to go and research this and then, try some different things and then I'm going to pull some stuff together? How did you approach it? What was your method?
So this is going to sound funny, but I used to work for a distillery back right before COVID. I was trying to learn that industry and how to bring a liquor product to market, with all the registrations, and then seeing the bottling process, whatnot. So it was then I realized when COVID hit, a lot of these distilleries had switched from producing alcohol to producing either hand sanitizer, or they would produce fragrance, because the ethanol that is the waste being made in all these batches of whiskey, they throw it out. It's not, you can't drink it, it's 200 proof.
Right.
But that is the carrier. And then so I just started doing the research on how to extract oils from natural herbs, plants, woods, and that kind of stuff. And it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I just have I'm blessed with the ability to learn stuff fast. Like,
that's good.
And figure it out, make mistakes, keep doing it. Like Thomas Edison, how many times did he try to make the damn light bulb?
Yeah. Well, it's the positive spin on Thomas Edison is always like, well, he found 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb before he found the right way to make a light bulb.
Right. But yeah, I mean, this was not in the game plan. I had never had this. It was never a conscious thought all those years I was learning about, like the ethanol and what other applications that could have. And here we are now, I'm taking petals of rose petals that my wife is making in the garden. I'm putting them on coconut blocks. I'm letting them sit for 2 weeks. I'm covering them up, taking them out, mix. I'm like a chemist now.
Yes, exactly. It is very much chemistry, but like you said, having that base of good ethanol to extract those things, that's kind of the key piece of the puzzle. And who knew back then that you were gonna take that knowledge forward and use it for something new.
Right. And, the problem with me working at a distillery is, as an alcoholic, that's too much temptation. I couldn't, I was holding strong for a little while, but eventually,
it gets you.
Yeah, I got sauced.
Yeah.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, this is a much, more positive thing that you're doing anyway. I agree. People here in the Low Country love to have a good beverage. Absolutely. But, if you can bring a little bit of happiness to people in different ways, through food, through fragrance. I mean, I love this theme that you've kind of got going on, is you're kind of, bringing happiness through other sensory things besides drinking, which is awesome, right?
Right, man. Yeah, and that's like that omnidirectional thing, the 4-dimensional. Like I'm activating all your senses with the book, the sauce, the music that's coming back. Like I thought my music career was over, but now
it's what you said in the book. It's like, it's done. I'm Joe the rock star is gone. We're over.
It's gone. Right. But now here we are developing this TV series. Well, guess who's doing the soundtrack?
Oh, nice.
I still have all that music I thought was wasted, and it's going to be used,
That's awesome. That is really cool. It's like when things come kind of full circle. It's like, I used to do a lot of research and policy type papers, and oftentimes, and people get really frustrated about this. You do this stuff, and then it would go sit on a shelf and it collect dust somewhere. It's like, hey, we spent all this effort, but come to find out 3, 5, maybe even 10 years later, somebody's now using this thing. And so it's like what you did. It's like you made these songs and stuff, but now they're getting used. Now's the right time for them,
Yeah, right. You just never know, man. When the student's ready, the teachers appear.
Yeah, pretty much. That's very true. You just never know. Sometimes you have to slog through a swamp before you can find the teacher, right?
That's right. Yeah. Do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. And that's been the testament. I mean, when somebody tells me, okay, hey, why don't you do this? And I say yes, and I got to start looking it up. I got to look up all the intricacies, all the different details of where, where people could go wrong.
Right. Well, Joe, you've hit taste, you've hit hearing, and you've hit smell. So you got a few more senses to go. You've done a little, I would say visual too, because the book and the sauce and stuff hits that. So what about, you got to go to touch. So what's, I'm waiting to see, we'll do this again in probably another 5-6 months and say, okay, Joe's like, hey, I got this new thing, and this is this new, toy or something. It's like, hey, and it's super sensory and blah, 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 and it's amazing. So, that'll be fun too, right?
Well, that's exactly where I'm going. I'm glad you started saying this, because I'm right now actively seeking partners in, high-end boutiques, hotels. I'm talking to event coordinators. We're going to start doing a perfumer's workshop, Airbnb experience, so people could actually be submerged and interact with all of it. To make their own scent. I'll teach them how to make their own fragrance, and then do an Italian dinner afterwards. So like an all-day event kind of thing.
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was living in Italy, and it's like the experience you get, especially when you're living there, not just vacationing there, from being around people that, they grew up there, that's their home and everything. That Italian dinner, and, things are relaxed, and it's about the experience. And yes, there's great food and everything, but it's all the conversation and just being together. It's very nice. So that's cool. It's cool you're recreating that.
Right, and that's kind of what the scents do too. I'm crafting these scents to be memorable. Like, I want to create memories with all of it, you know.
That's really cool. So, I'll give you something odd to think about, since I know you like thinking about a lot of different things. I mean, you're the only person I know. It's like, again, I was reading your book, and you're like, hey, I wrote 2,000 songs. I'm like, holy cow, that's a lot of stuff to write over, a short period of time. So I got to think you're thinking all the time. So,
yes,
my son, and there's a lot of kids like that around here. He's on the autism spectrum. So things like touch and sound and stuff like that, they perceive differently. So, if you go down the touch route, see, at least consider doing something for some of the kids on the autism spectrum.
That's a great idea, man. I love that. I am always thinking like that. It's like, how can I add value to people? How can this product add value to their life? And one of the funny things, like when I'm doing a product demonstration with the sauce, is people are hesitant to try new things. I'm like, hey, you don't know what you're missing. Try this. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. You'll never be the same after you try this sauce.
Yep. Yeah. It's funny. It's like my son has a very set diet that he loves to eat. And so me and my wife are always like, here, try this, trying to get him to expand it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he will eat, cheese pizza and, chicken tenders and stuff like that. But, that's about it some days. And so it's, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I love what you're doing because you're giving people experiences. You're giving people memories, because, if everybody kind of thinks back, it's like most people have some memory of sharing some sort of food and being with certain people in a certain situation. And it's like a favorite thing, almost everybody has that, right?
Yeah, that's right. Man, some of my fondest memories are eating dinner with the family at the dinner table. That is lost, I think, in a lot of households. People are eating in separate rooms, not talking to each other. They're attached to their phone. So so eating dinner with family like forces you to, have conversation. Yeah.
I have a favorite family dinner situation. I can't say all of it here because there's a little bit of cursing involved, but I'll tell you sometime because it's not like, oh, everything was nice and funny. It was it was a little bit of fighting at the table, but it was like me and my brother laughed so hard about this now. At this point, that it's like this is one of our favorite tales, even though we had lots of other fun experiences. One of our favorite things. So we'll have to talk about that one offline.
Definitely.
So yeah. So you're up in Connecticut, and what's your next thing here in Charleston? Do you have any events coming up in the next few months?
Nothing on the books, but I am talking to a few different venues to host these performers workshops. Potentially, most likely downtown.
Okay,
is where we're going to start, and we're going to try it there, and then see if it could work in other areas too. But I think it's going to be huge. I do. I am also doing a collaboration with a famous handbag designer that I cannot mention that I met years and years ago, but we reconnected, and now I'm designing a custom hand blown perfume bottle to match her handbags, and she's going to Fashion Week in New York City in February. So there's going to be some events based on that whole thing too.
That'll be really cool. That is really cool. Well, you're going to have a display of all these different things you're doing somewhere, so people can see. It's like, oh, here's this thing, and here's this thing, and here's this thing.
Well, I got a lot of criticism, so that's why I just started separating everything. It's like people were getting confused with pasta sauce fragrance. Like, okay, does the fragrance smell like garlic? Does the sauce taste like perfume?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Yeah. So I separated the two. It's the same company, but now I got them. They have their own lives.
Right. Yeah, I totally get that. So, what kind of are you going to, since you're back into music again, are you going to play any venues down here? No plans on that?
No, I still really can't feel my hands. Like I could get through like maybe 2 songs now performing, and my hands start going numb, cramping, and my voice starts getting raw. I just can't do it. I don't have the dexterity or the stamina anymore.
Well, you still have more than me because I have never been able to play, and I certainly can't sing. So, even if you can just get through one song, you're way ahead of most of us out there. So maybe someday, I'll twist your arm to give us one song so we can hear it. I mean, maybe, if you get those songs for the TV show, we can hear them all the time then.
That's right. Absolutely. Actually, my brother and I wrote the theme song to this series.
Oh, cool. So your brother's a musician too. Is he the one in the book that was like the drummer?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's really cool. Yep. Is he still like playing, or what's he doing?
No, he stopped. He stopped music before I did.
Okay.
The band had broken up like three times, and then I kept going. Then I got hit by the truck, but now I physically could not do it anymore.
Right.
But
maybe I hate to say this, maybe the Lord sent the truck.
Oh, definitely. Oh, without a doubt. I was living so fast, Bill.
I can imagine.
I was gonna burn out real fast.
Yeah, I mean, and I tell people read the book, and just even if you do it like I did, which is kind of skim it, which is not the right thing to do, but read the book, and you'll be like, whoa, Joe was living out there on the edge, and it's amazing he's alive today.
No kidding. Well, here's the good news too. If you don't like to read, I did release the audiobook on YouTube. It's in my voice. So
I like it.
Yeah, it's out there now for free.
Awesome. That's really nice. I will definitely take a look at that because, we're all about audio here. So, yeah. And what I can do is, I can link it to this episode, Joe. So I'll give that a shot.
Yeah. You sound great, by the way. That microphone setup you got is nice.
Yeah, I had some help from a professional audio engineer years ago when I first started doing podcasting and for a different show. And I was running a center of excellence, and we were doing this podcast to help with the educational part of the center. And audio engineer John out of Ohio, and John Ondo, just to give him a little plug. He's amazing. He's like an old school radio personality.
Wow.
He does audio stuff, and he's like, if you want a simple setup, get this. And, for a very mild amount of money, not a lot of equipment, you can have like really good sound,
Absolutely. Yeah, you're crystal clear. I mean, it's nice.
Well, let me know. I can tell you all the little tricks I've learned over the last few years if you ever do. I know you guys do a podcast, right? You still doing
do.
that?
I took a break. I did like 20-something episodes. I met some fantastic people. I had some great guests. But like with all this stuff going on, I have to focus right now on the perfume because it's starting to take off like the sauce did.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make the same mistakes I did with the sauce that I'm doing.
That's okay. Hey, we live and learn. It's like that's the thing. It's like you do what's the right thing at the right time, and you just keep going.
Right. Stay adaptable, stay adaptable and see what's coming down the pike. I want to do the podcast again. I'm not abandoning it, it's coming back.
Good. Well, I'll look forward to hearing some more episodes from your podcast. And I really appreciate you coming on and catching up today. I mean, this has been awesome, Joe. And I'm really happy that, things are going well for you and your company, and your family is doing well. So, I mean, you're in a great place right now.
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, very grateful. I want to throw this out there too. One of the other things that I started doing was I'm now a product placement broker for all these major studios. So if there's other brands, other companies that want some airtime on a major Hollywood production, let me know. I could bridge that gap. I could introduce and
that's nice.
Get them plugged in.
Yeah, that'd be great. So what kind of so just to kind of tell folks out there, it's like if someone's like doing a book or doing some sort of music or a podcast, or what kind of stuff are you really kind of looking for to kind of help connect?
I mean, the best placements are usually a physical product, but there has been situations where service-oriented companies like chiropractors are on set of these productions and offering their services to the crew or whatever, be there on set like that. But there's all creative ways to integrate a product brand, whether it be, a service-oriented company or a physical product. I could get them integrated into storylines and work with the producers to, set up something like that.
That's awesome. That's great. That'll be a great service for people here. There's a lot of small, entrepreneurs here in the Low Country, as you know, since you're one. Although you're starting to grow out of small here, it sounds like.
Oh, man, it's hard to think about. It's really a mind. It's a mind game.
Yeah,
I'm trying to stay humble, stay grounded. I just want to be a 5. I always wanted to be a 10. Always felt like a 2, but 5 is good enough.
Yeah, 5 is good. Well, that's what family is really for, is to tell you, it's like, hey, you're not as hot as you think you are. Calm yourself down.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, yeah, so that is awesome. If there are people out there who have a product or a service and, you would like to get in with some of the productions, give Joe a ring. And is it best to give you send an email or a call? What's the best way to contact you, Joe?
I mean, if people Google me, my Apastioli is going to come up. on Google, that number is my cell phone number. So I get every call, every email through whatever channel, whether it be Roma, Parfum, Apastioli, Joe Gallagher Jr. You're going to find me. You're going to find my cell phone number.
Awesome. That's great. Well, Joe, thank you so much for coming on again. This has been incredible. I can't wait to hear the next thing that's coming out. And, it seems like every 6 months. Oh, Roma Bianca. That's very nice. So that's your new fragrance. Now, how do you call this? Is it a cologne? Is it a perfume or just a fragrance? How do you say it?
No. So listen, there's toilettes, there's Parfum, and then there's what I got is an extrait, which is the highest level concentration of oil that can be put into a sprayable form.
Really?
So we're sitting at 45% pure high grade oils, and then the rest is ethanol.
Wow. That's amazing. All right, well.
So this will last 36 hours, no lie.
Whoa.
Yeah, one spray, you're good for 3 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. This sounds pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to give this a shot. I'll find it in one of the Charleston stores. Is it in a local store, or you get it from your site?
No, so listen, I'm doing everything to order right now online, but the only stores that are going to be, I'm very selective as to who's going to be able to carry this product. So it's going in the higher end salons and boutiques and stuff like that. It's not going the mass production department store route.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that'll be cool. All right, I'm gonna look online. I've got a wedding anniversary coming up here soon in February, so I think that might be a good gift.
Definitely. Hey, I private label too. So if you want your own brand or a loved one, if it's a gift, we could make a one of one that only one person will have this exact fragrance.
All right, Joe.
I could do that.
You're talking me into it. I think you're a salesman too. I think you got a lot of hats.
I love being here, Bill. I love being on your show. You're such a joy, man. Such
a
vibe.
I just do the best I can. I'm just doing like you're trying to do. I'm just trying to help a few people out, and if people get some learning, some enjoyment, just a break from something else that's going on, hey, it's worth it.
Absolutely. Amen. Yes, definitely. You're doing a good thing here, Bill.
Thank you so much. Well, Joe, it's a pleasure, and I wish you the very best, and say hello to your family for me.
I will. Thank you so much, Bill. Thank you. God bless you.
Bless you. That's a wrap for this episode of the Low Country Revolutionaries. Thanks for joining us as we celebrate the fearless entrepreneurs making wave in Charleston's Chucktown Startups community. I'm Bill Bellot, and it's been an honor to share these inspiring stories with you. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs a spark of low country innovation. Until next time, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.